What is going on, my YouTube fam? It's your boy Mr. Random, and welcome back to part 2 of Crown Victoria Hidden Secrets. Let's get right into it. Alright guys, just starting out the video with number 1 is that the Crown Victoria can actually tow up to 1,500 pounds. That is 1,500 pounds. Now to put that into perspective with it, and let me show you guys exactly what that looks like. Alright, and the second hidden feature about the Crown Victoria is that you can turn off the traction control. Now there's 3 different methods to turning off the traction control depending on what model of Crown Victoria you have, whether you have a civilian or a P71. Now in the civilian version, there would have been another button that looks just like this, located somewhere around here, and it would say traction control, and you just easily push that button. Some older Crown Victorias, there's a little secret hidden button inside the glove box actually, and it's not in the middle, it's actually located just left of the glove box, and that's another way of turning off traction control. Now this one doesn't have it, obviously. So the third way, we got to go outside and we actually got to get inside the fuses. Now this last way right here isn't the most desirable method of turning off traction control, but all you got to do is get into the fuse box, which is located right there. You open it up and you remove the fuse for the ABS, the braking system. And what that's going to do is it's going to turn off your ABS, and it's also going to turn off traction control, which will be indicated by a little light in your dash cluster by where your speedometer is. And the third hidden feature about the Crown Victoria, let's say you are unfortunately involved in an accident or some sort of movement that violently jerks the Crown Victoria, whether you bump really hard into something, somebody crashes into you, something falls on it, something that causes, or maybe you even just crash into a ditch or you spin out into a ditch, something that causes a Crown Vic to violently jerk around. What's going to happen is your Crown Victoria might actually just shut off, and you might not know how to turn it back on. You might think something might have happened with the engine or anything like that. Well, what's most likely the culprit is actually the fuel shut off button that was triggered, and what you got to do is you actually got to reset it. So the way to reset that button is, first thing we do is we pop the trunk, and once you pop the trunk, there it is, the fuel pump shutoff switch. It's located right here. Usually it's behind your driver's side tail light. What you do is you remove this paneling right here, like so, and you see that red button, it's gonna be in the up position. To reset it, all you gotta do is just push it back in, and your car should be able to start right back up. All right, and last but not least, the fourth hidden feature about your Crown Victoria that you might not know is secret electronic chair controls. Now, for example, this one doesn't have it. It's a manual. You move your seat back and forth manually with that hinge and this piece of metal right here. But some other Crown Victorias, some other Crown Vics actually have the feature right there. There you go, guys. You can actually control it with this button right here. And some even have it on the door. So if you guys, it all depends on the budget that the department had at the time and the model that you have. But some of you guys might actually have secretly on the left side of your chair lumbar support and other sort of electronic controls for your seat that you might not even know of. So go ahead and check that out. And now I got a little bonus, a little hidden secret that all of you guys that own a P71 Police Interceptor Crown Victoria all have. Now some of you have seen this. Some of you might not even notice this until this very video, and those of you who have seen it have probably no idea what the heck it means. And of course I'm talking about that right there that says certified calibration, guys. Now what this means is that your Crown Victoria, up until the point where you bought it, which it won't happen anymore, was actually calibrated by a third-party professional company that would actually calibrate your vehicle, and then they give you a certificate at the end of the calibration. Now the way that a police car is calibrated, it's pretty much put on a dyno, and the dyno is running at a certain speed, and then what the guy does is he compares the speed of the dyno to the speedometer of your Crown Victoria or your police vehicle, and from there a certified report is issued, and that report is actually used in defense in court to either prove or disprove speeding tickets and citations or whatnot. Because as an officer, if you have a certified calibrated vehicle, there's pretty much no disputing that the speed that your speedometer says is exactly the speed you were doing. And that's usually used a lot when you're doing pacing and all that stuff, which is pretty much when you're visually calculating another person's speed and you're using your speedometer, as well as objects that are sitting still to compare how fast the car in front of you is going. So there you guys have it. Certified calibration. That's what it means, is your car was eventually at one point put on a dyno and it was professionally calibrated, and whatever speed your Crown Vic says it was doing, it's most likely 100% accurate. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. You guys better make sure to stick around for part 3 coming very soon. Make sure to hit the thumbs up, guys. Make sure to subscribe for more. Until next time, take it easy.